Hello, yogis. Today we are going to do a grounding flow together. We will need a wall to start off with, some blocks, or something else to use for stabilization. So grab those things, get some water. I'll meet you on your mat. Welcome back. We'll go ahead and get settled and situated and legs up the wall. So go ahead and scoot yourself up to your wall. We'll come onto one hip. Lift our seat up towards the wall, lay down, and then swivel ourselves up and over. Now, if while you're here, you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable in your low back or in your legs, just push yourself off the wall a little bit more. That way you create space in your body. Otherwise, we'll have our seat all the way up against the wall, legs up the wall. Take a couple of exhales out through your mouth to relax. Arms can be out towards the side or resting on your belly. This pose is a great pose to do at the end of your day, just to help your spine realign. I tell my husband to do this pose whenever he has low back pain, because we are really creating space. Even 5 minutes a day can help. Pay attention to what you're feeling in your body, what's going on in your mind. And start to relax here. And listen to the sounds around you, knowing that even in that noise, you can find peace within yourself, stillness and silence here on your mat. And leave everything else outside. Start to listen to your breathing. Let your mind and body take a break. And if there's anything hanging out in your mind that you need to let go of, imagine a box by the side of you. In that box, placing your thoughts, releasing them. They'll still be there for you at the end of this practice if you'd like to gather them. Either intentionally placing a lid on that box, or if it feels more comfortable, leaving that lid off, the box open, either to gather your thoughts or to place more in. Take 5 more rounds of breath and start to lengthen your inhales and exhales. Draw your breath in deeper, release your breath more fully. Slowly begin to bend your right knee. Place your foot on the wall and then bend your left knee. Add a little sway of your legs side to side. Feet are still in contact with the wall. Walk your heels in a little bit closer if you can, staying relaxed through your spine, low back is still rooted. Bring your toes to touch, heels to touch. Creating a butterfly shape here, or supported bound ankle pose. Feel free to flap your knees side to side, continuing to sway and create space. Or find stillness. And even as the feet are touching, the toes are relaxed. Natural opening here. If you want to add a little bit more stretch to your legs, just lightly pressing on your inner thighs. Continue to breathe your deep breaths. 5 rounds of breath again here. On your next inhale, slowly walk your feet up the wall, soles of the feet plant back in. Gently sway your legs side to side. And then bring your feet out a little wider than hip width apart. Guide your knees together. So we're internally rotating our thighs a little bit, just a little bit. So the knees do not have to come to touch. And bring your legs back down. Widen your feet a little bit more. Straighten your legs. Supported wide angle pose. And just take a moment to point your toes. Feel the sensations going on in your inner thighs. And then as you exhale, we'll flex our toes back towards us. And what's going on through your hamstrings today? Relax your feet. Pull your right leg back to center, left leg back to center. 5 rounds of breath, legs up the wall. Begin to bring your heels down toward your seat once more. Draw your shins in or your thighs in as close as you can. You can release your feet off the wall. Or to focus on that grounding, keep your feet planted nice and strong. Really pressing the toes in, hugging your legs towards your center. You are safe. You are secure. There's balance within you. Next, exhale. Go ahead, roll over onto your left side. Reach your left arm out from underneath you. Rest your head on your arm. 2 rounds of breath here. Open mouth exhales. Next, inhale, press yourself up into a tabletop pose. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we sway side to side. Let your head hang. Swaying shoulders in one direction, hips in the opposite direction. Inhale. Start to find your cow shape. Belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, you round up for cat. 2 more times. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Find your stability here. Widen your fingers. Press into the mat with your palms. Separate your shoulder blades. Press in with your knees. Find more length through your femur, your thigh bone. And then untuck your toes. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. Feel the contact here. Feel your strength here as you breathe in center from up your belly. 2 rounds of breath here. Bring your hands a little forward. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees a couple inches. And then full exhale. Come into downward facing dog. Pedal out your knees, your legs. Create space through your hamstrings. Keep your press in with your hands. Driving your heels as close as you can get them towards your mat. Two more rounds of breath here. And down dog, exploring what's going on in your body, what shape feels nice. And on your exhale, bend your knees, lower back down, tabletop pose. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. 1 round of cat-cow. Find center, neutral spine. Walk your hands forward. Shoulders come forward. Tuck your toes, walk your toes back. Full plank pose. Puff up your upper chest. Draw your belly in. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Keep that pressure in with your hands, feet. Stabilization here. Rely on that inner strength as we inhale, shift forward. Exhale, back, down dog. Inhale, plank, keep your press. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Last time, inhale forward. Stay in plank, walk your feet up. Forward fold. Feel the contact underneath your feet. And then from there, we want to firm up every part of our legs, every part of our belly. Find space through your low back and chest, halfway lift. Exhale, release into your fold. Keep your work. And inhale, bend your knees, slowly roll up to the top. Arms come up to the sky. Exhale, hands heart center. From Tadasana, mountain pose, find your stability. Hands can be at our heart center. Hands can be out towards the side. If we want to bring activation through our whole spine, arms are up, shoulders relaxed. 5 rounds of breath here. Stay relaxed through your jaw. Relax through your shoulders. Keep your muscle activation. One more round of breath here. Inhale, grow a little bit taller. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees. Step back, plank. One inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, come back. Last time, inhale, come forward, plank pose. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, walk your feet up. Next, inhale, we rise, halfway lift. Start to activate every muscle in your body. Exhale, release. Inhale, bend your knees, rise up to the top, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Keep the lock in with your feet. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to heart center, chair pose. 3 rounds of breath here. Feel the contact with your feet. Squeeze your legs together without moving them. Belly is pulled in. And then exhale, fold. We keep the press in with our feet as we exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold, straighten your legs. Inhale, lift your chest halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, hands heart center. Inhale, lift all the way up towards the sky, arms up. Exhale, leave your arms up, a little back bend, send your hips forward, keep your belly squeezed in. Exhale, shoulders over hips, hands heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, hands come down. Find tabletop pose. Widen your knees mat width apart, toes come together, child's pose. Breathe here, rooting down, sinking into your mat. Feel the heaviness of your body, the stability beneath you. 5 rounds of breath as you breathe and feel and listen. Inhale, lift your hips up, tabletop pose. Hands come forward, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank and walk forward in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Inhale, rise all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands heart center. We'll move into tree pose for some balance. So root back in with your feet. Start to activate every part of your legs. Squeeze your core, belly, sides, back. From here, just bring your hands onto your hips. Create some space for balance. As you kickstand your right foot, right heel comes to left ankle. Option 1 for tree is here. We should still be by our wall. If we need to turn, we can use our wall for extra balance. But stay grounding down through that left foot. Option 2, we bring our foot to our calf. We press our calf in and then press our foot. We're locking that balance in. Keep your core engaged. Hips are still square off towards this side. We don't want this right hip going forward or maybe too far back. To find this balanced posture, we want an evenness. Option 3. If we want to go for it, keep all the work in the leg and then grab your ankle or foot. Draw the sole of your foot into your left inner thigh. We want to hug it all into center. If your foot is on your kneecap, please go down to option 2 with your foot on your calf. We don't want to add too much pressure to our knee. From here, hands can stay on hips. We're going to start to float our branches. Finding our space, we can stay as a sapling or grow. That wall is always there if you need it. 3 rounds of breath. Find a point that's unmoving in the room that you can focus on. With control, keep the press on the left leg. Slowly release your right foot out. Plant it back down and shake it out. Then inhale, arms come up. Exhale, over towards the left. Little stretch through the right side. Inhale, up. Exhale, towards the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, arms come down. Re-root in with your feet. Find your stability. And we'll take this slowly, just like the other side. We want to build from the base. So activate the legs. Draw in the core, the back. Hands can come to hips as we build. Start to kickstand your left heel onto your right ankle. Option 1, we stay here. This side may be different, so take it slowly. Option 2, foot comes to calf. We hug everything to center. We keep our core engaged. Option 3, we root down, either grabbing ankle or foot, drawing foot towards our inner thigh. Now, if we're on our knee, we just come down to that second option. Find your stability, find your point that's unmoving. Grow your branches, or leave them at heart center, whatever you like to do. 3 rounds of breath here. With control, slowly release your left leg and shake it out. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, over towards the right first. Inhale to center. Exhale towards the left. Inhale, center. And then exhale, fold. Go ahead and widen your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Draw your heels in towards you. Toes are pointed out towards the side a little bit. If you don't have your blocks or stabilization prop near you, go ahead and grab it. So from here, we may or may not want it, but we're going to get some external rotation in our hips. This is big external rotation, so if it becomes uncomfortable, just find a different option for it, and I'll show you those options. Finding yogi squat. So we're in our forward fold. Feel the lengthening of your hamstrings. Press in with your feet, and then press also with the sides, the outsides of your feet and insides of your feet. Find a center in between. You may need to widen your feet apart or draw them closer together. It depends on how this pose feels. But we're going to start to bend our knees and sink our hips down and back. From here, elbows can press into the sides of the knees to find a little bit more openness. Hands can come to heart center. This yogi squat is pretty deep. So if we need to add taps for stabilization. We can bring those underneath our seat while we still get that grounding in. If bending our knees this far is uncomfortable, we can still get all the work, all the grounding, by just squatting and staying here. Elbows can be on the tops of the knees above the kneecap. Hands still pressed in, feet pressed in. Find that stability. 2 more rounds of breath here. Next, inhale, slowly rise up. Find that forward fold again. Turn your heels into the same direction as your toes and bend your knees side to side. Heel toe, your feet back to center. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, plant your hands, knees come down, tabletop pose. Inhale, your right leg out behind you. Exhale, drop your right knee over towards the side of your left shin. So we're crossing our knees. And then just rock forwards and back. Option 1, we stay here. Option 2, we start to bring our sit bones through our legs. And now our knees are crossed over one another. This is cow face pose. And it'll look like this once we find that seat. Inhale, chest comes up. Exhale, we can take a fold. If you're in that tabletop variation, just walking your hands back towards your knees. Relax your head. In tabletop, walk your hands forward, uncross your legs, extend your right leg out and rock your body. If we're in that Gomukhasana, our cow face, just start to rock your way back up. Use your core to lift you up. And again, uncross your leg, right toes are tucked, and rock. Tabletop once more, 1 round of cat-cow. Find center on your inhale. Left leg extends out, tuck your toes. And then exhale, cross your left knee over next to your right leg. Option 1, we stay in tabletop, walk our hands towards our knee and breathe. Option 2, we rock back on our sit bones, seated here, and then folding over. Let your body relax. Begin to dissolve the posture. So we want to make our way back up into tabletop. Walk our hands forward. Uncross the left leg behind us. Tuck your toes, extending the leg, and rock back and forth. Tabletop pose, both knees are down. 1 round of cat-cow. From here, walk your knees forward, cross your ankles, or come onto one hip and find a comfortable seat. Inhale, arms up towards the side. Exhale, twist over towards the right. Drop your hand on the outside of your knee, and that back hand relaxes down behind you. We don't need to add a deep, deep twist. We can make this a gentle twist. Inhale back to center. Arms come out towards the side. And exhale, other side. Inhale back to center. Switch the cross of your legs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, over towards the left. Arm comes up and over, gaze can lift. We want to keep space through our left side body. And root down through that right sit bone. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, over. Again, keep space through your side body. Root down through your sit bone, gaze up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands come down. Find the center of your mat and lower down. Extend both of your legs out in front. Arms rest down by your side. And if you need to take any additional postures to get ready for Shavasana, please take those. Maybe a side twist. Maybe you'd like to take Shavasana and legs up the wall, our opening posture. You can find that. So take this time, listen to your body. And whenever you're ready to rest, find your shape. And I'll wake us up at the end with the sound of the singing bowl. If you're able to continue resting, please stay. Otherwise, start to deepen your breath. Feel your mat beneath you, every single part that your mat is pressing into your body. Start to wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Rock yourself over onto your right side into the fetal position. And on your inhale, begin to press yourself up slowly, slowly into a comfortable seat. And once you get to the top, rest your hands on top of your knees. Feel the pressure beneath your seat. Imagine your breath as you breathe in coming up from your mat into your head. And as you breathe out, exiting down, back. One more time, inhale in. And exhale. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands heart center. Thank you for letting me guide you in this practice. It's my honor to be here with you. Namaste.